What's up, Bruins fans? I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. This video, I'm going to talk about how Milan Lucic is not a New Jersey Devil, and he is definitely not a Boston Bruin. Joonas Korpisalo spoke to Bruins media and shed some light on what he and the team expects from him next season. If you've been liking my Bruins content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you, and let's get into it. Milan Lucic is not a New Jersey Devil, and he has not officially signed a PTO with the team. He is also not going to be a Boston Bruin next season. I wasn't even going to cover this because I thought it was a nothing burger and not massive at all or huge news, but people started suggesting he could be a Bruin. Why am I saying all this? The other day, a clip from Now, an Edmonton Oilers podcast with Bob Stauffer, went viral because he mentioned he spoke with Lucic and that he has signed a PTO with the New Jersey Devils. Here's the clip so you can listen for it yourself.
I just remember I called a couple buddies and said, meet me at local downtown. Had a car service take me back, and we had a couple pops when Luch ended up, as you know, getting moved out. It was good for Milan, too. He it wasn't... at the end of the day, I mean, he ended up being an effective player at times for Daryl Sutter, where he had history playing for Sutter in Los Angeles as well. He was a Sutter guy, and he signed here to be a top six forward, and he sort of, as sometimes happens with players of that ilk, they age out a bit, and he became a bottom six guy. And by the way, we wish him the best of luck in his PTO that's coming up with the New Jersey Devils.
Not too long after the podcast dropped, the internet ran with this. But James Nichols from the New Jersey Hockey Now got a statement from the New Jersey Devils that said, categorically untrue. His situation lies with the league. We haven't and couldn't sign him to a PTO. Apparently, Stauffer corrected it later on that day. Now, Bob Stauffer is not known to be saying things that aren't untrue, so maybe Lucic said, hey, I've got a shot at it. Maybe he just misheard, but I truly think Bob just made a little boo-boo here, and it's not that big of a deal. But for some reason, like I said, the internet decides, hey, Lucic is going to be a Bruin. We still don't even know if Lucic is even allowed to play next season, as it's rumored he would have to be cleared by the league. When it pertains to the Bruins, they have zero use for him next season. After acquiring Marcus Stelic and Max Jones, both players are younger and will be more impactful on the Bruins roster than a player that is at the very end of his career, and his play would be overshadowed by the off-ice issues from last season. I know some people love Lucic for his time in Boston, but let's be real here. His career is most likely over, and any chance he could be a Bruin again vanquished last season. The next thing I wanted to touch on was that Korpisalo spoke with the media yesterday, and he touched on briefly about his expectations the team and himself have for next year. He is also very excited to be a Bruin and to work with Goalie Bob.
And have you been given any kind of indication of what your workload might be? Is it kind of a 50-50 split or anything like that?
I don't know. We'll see. We both do our best, and I think the coaches know more. We just do our stuff. So we'll see.
Is there anything you're looking to work on directly in training camp? Like in your own game?
Yeah. I mean, seeing how the Boston goalies play here, I'm really excited to see Bob, the goalie coach, and get to work with him and see what's on his mind to make my game better.
I know I mentioned before I was sour on the trade of Allmark based on the return, but when I looked into it more, I've turned a page. The Bruins have a knack for turning what looks like coal into a diamond with goaltending. Korpisalo is excited to be here in Boston, and in fact was shocked he was even traded. He played on a very bad underperforming team in Ottawa last season, where it wasn't only him that had a bad season. Many star players on that roster had a tough season, and that can rub off on everyone in the room and make it hard to get out of that rut. I'm giving Korpisalo a clean slate here, and I think if Goalie Bob sees something in him, then I'm going to have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I have no doubt that months from now, we're going to be singing the praises of Sweeney on this one because Korpisalo is going to probably play well. He has one of the best defense in the league in front of him, and he's going to be taught by one of the best goalie coaches in the league. He has played well in the past, so you would think that he could do that here. Now, with regards to starts, I think he doesn't get as many as Allmark did last season, but probably sees about 35, maybe to 40% of the games. Maybe Swayman plays 3 and then starts Korpisalo, and they always switch it up for back-to-backs. I'm sure Monty will let us know sometime what the plan is during training camp, as Korpisalo kind of alluded that to in the video clip. Let me know in the comments what you think of this whole Lucic thing, and also let me know what your expectations for Korpisalo are next season. That wraps up today's video. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you. If you haven't, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. I'll see you next time.
Easily